Capricorn, thanks for visiting. This is your reading for June the 25th to July the 1st. And I know these readings are late. I've been saying this all the time. I'm really sorry. All I can do is just get them out to you when I can. So I'm kind of doing these readings around a kind of a serious situation I'm dealing with. So I don't want to make excuses for myself, but I'm just going to do these when I can. And yes, as I always say, if you like this reading, please like or subscribe or leave a comment if you'd like to. And I'm just going to start this right away for you, Capricorn. The first card you have your post is the Ace of Swords. So yes, this is about, I'm seeing waiting actually in this card. I'm seeing waiting, but I'm seeing impatience at the same time. You could have been waiting for someone to give you some information about something, because I'm seeing swords are often about words. That's what I often see with swords. So you might have been waiting for some information, someone to tell you something. I'm seeing they were taking a long time to give you this information, and this was very frustrating for you. I'm feeling some frustration in this. You needed this information. You needed this information to move on to the next stage of things. You had to go on to the next stage of things. You could have confronted them. I'm not seeing you confronted them in an angry way, but you were very frustrated. I'm seeing that. Maybe you're trying to hide that a bit, but I am feeling this frustration in this. You might have had to stay around them, or even literally stand next to them until they delivered this information. But I'm still not seeing that they probably still didn't do that. They might have given you some reason or excuse or something like that. And I keep on seeing, I'm not moving until I get this. I'm not seeing that's what you said to them literally, but that's how you're feeling. You're feeling like, I want you to give me this information or whatever this is, and I need it to move on, and I can't move on until I have this. That's what I keep on seeing with this. Yes, you had to be very determined. You were forced to be very determined with this person. This person could be a little bit unsure. They mess around. They kind of dither around. They're not very they're not sneaky on purpose. I think they might just be a bit useless. They're not well organized. I don't think they kind of know what they're doing really, and you're very well organized, and this really frustrates you. I keep on seeing that. You needed clarity. That's what this Ace of Swords is about. It's about trying to get clarity, or needing clarity, or having clarity. So I'd like to say I hope you got to this, but I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing a resolution to this. I'm not seeing a conclusion to this. This is open-ended to me. So this is saying to me that maybe you didn't get this information, or it may be that you're still trying to get this, whatever this is. This person can be very difficult. They don't mean to be difficult. They're not a bad person, but they're a frustrating person. The next card you have your past is the Seven of Cups. So yes, you could have had to work to get what you wanted, to get this information from this person. You know, I'm just seeing you working, almost like you're on a treadmill, running, or you know, lifting weights and working really hard to get what you want. And I'm still not seeing that you actually got what you wanted after all of this work. It's very frustrating. I'm feeling frustrated looking at this. The other thing I'm seeing with this is you could have been putting in a lot of work into a relationship as well, or a potential relationship, or some situation around love, or something like that. You might not have been getting back a lot from this person. You were putting a lot more work than they were. That's what I'm seeing. You do put a lot of work into things, whether that's work, relationship, any area of your life. You put a lot into it. You put everything into it. You just put your head down and you work. I see that all the time in your readings. If this resonates, just stop and think. Take a break. Think about whether you're putting too much work into this. I am seeing someone who could be a little bit lazy compared to you, actually, but everyone's lazy compared to you. Everyone's lazy compared to you, so it doesn't necessarily mean they're lazy, but you are putting in more than they are. You're such a hard worker in all areas, so I'm not seeing whether this is a fault of them or whether this is just that you do naturally do that. The last card you have your past is the Three of Pentacles. So yes, again, I'm seeing you putting a lot of work into this relationship. I often see work in the Three of Pentacles because I look at these three coins and I see 3 cogs going around, or 3 bits of machinery, a bit like when you'd open up an old-fashioned kind of a watch and you'd look behind and there'd be little cogs and everything like that. So that's what I see in 3 of Pentacles quite often. And you're working hard at your work again. I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that you could have been spending a bit of time away from this person at this time. But yes, I'm actually seeing not just that they weren't putting in as much work as you in this relationship, but it was that they weren't working together with you. I hope this makes sense. It's like they weren't working together with you, because again, if you look at these 3 coins and if you think of them as cogs going around together, they need little cogs need little niches in them, or niches, to fit into one another, to make the other one turn around. If there were just 3 wheels by themselves, they wouldn't turn around. But they need to be connected by these little niches so that they're all turning around together at the same time. I hope that makes sense. But I'm not seeing this happening here. I'm not seeing this person working with you, along with you. I'm getting this feeling of wanting more togetherness. You want more togetherness with them. You want to fit in. You don't want to be a wheel spinning around and they're spinning around next to you, but you're not connected. That's what I'm seeing. I hope this all makes sense to you, because I'm seeing this very visually. Of course, when you see things, it's visually. Yes, I'm crazy. That makes no sense. But you know, I hope you know what I'm trying to say. I'm seeing, yes, you wanted them on a deeper level. You wanted them to fit in with you. You wanted them to understand the real you, but they weren't showing you that. They were more interested on surface things. They weren't connected fully to you. You wanted things to be a lot deeper than they were, and they weren't giving you that. They weren't showing you that. That's what I'm seeing with that. The first card you have here present is the 2 of Pentacles. So yes, I'm seeing that maybe you were putting up with too much from someone, accepting too much from someone, or something like that, or accepting things that you shouldn't really be accepting, putting up with things you shouldn't be putting up with, that kind of thing. This is about this relationship, this person in the 7 of Pentacles. And I'm seeing you just being busy trying to finish work, as well as a lot of other day-to-day practical things. So you're kind of juggling a lot of things all around. I'm seeing that you probably know that you're doing too much for this person, that you're giving too much to this person. You might just be letting it pass, because sometimes this 2 of Pentacles can go with the flow. You know, life goes up and down, life's up and downs happen, and you just kind of go with the flow. So it might be that, you know that this situation isn't quite right in your love life, whatever this relationship is. You know that, but you're just letting it pass at this time. You're just like, oh, well, I'll just let it pass at this time. I'm not seeing you doing anything about this at this time. It might be because you're just so busy and you just don't have time to actually deal with this at this time. It also might be because you're not sure exactly how to go about this problem or how to handle things. So it could be 2 of those things, or it could be that you're just accepting, as I was seeing, accepting things. The next card you have here present is the Knight of Wands. So yes, again, I'm seeing preoccupation with work, rushing around, trying to get a lot of things done at the same time. I'm seeing your work involves a lot of people. I always see a lot of people around you. I'm actually seeing a lot of people around you talking to you. I'm seeing a lot of people asking you questions, asking you to help them, that kind of thing. I am seeing you socializing as well. So maybe you're out at an event. This is to do with work again, so it might be a work event. It might not be, it might just be you're out with some work people or something like that. But I am seeing you being quite dynamic at this time. And what I mean by that is you're going to be talking to a lot of different people. I'm seeing you just instinctively knowing what to say to people, and you know what to say at the right time. That's what I'm seeing. And I'm just seeing this flow of conversation that just keeps on happening. One thing leads to the next thing. You know exactly what to say. It's all working out really well. Sometimes this horse can be about, this Knight of Wands can be about being out of control. But I am seeing that you are in control at this time. Just extremely busy, running around everywhere, talking to this person, talking to that person, talking to the other person. Seeing their help, helping them with things, running around. But it's all working out well for you, even though you're busy. You're kind of, you know what to say to people. You know what to say at the right time. That's what I'm seeing. The last card you have for your present is the two, sorry, not the two, the Nine of Pentacles. Why am I looking? I'm looking at the Two of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles. Yes, self-sufficiency. Look at this. You know that you're extremely self-sufficient. That's what I'm seeing with this card. I'm just having a look. Hold on, I'm just looking at this. Yes. Yes, if you look at this beautiful woman in this card, she has everything she needs. Everything. She has pets, she has grapes, she has food, she has a beautiful garden, she has money, she has everything. She has gorgeous clothes, everything she wants. Now, I'm not saying that you have everything you want. I don't mean that you're lying around in a bubble bath with Leonardo da Vinci paintings on the walls and you're drinking champagne. I don't mean that. What I mean is that you have a lot of what you want and you're very comfortable because of your hard work. You have that. The other thing I'm seeing is that you're not doing all of the work in this relationship because you need to, because you need them, because you're desperate for this person. It's not like that. You don't need anyone. You have what you need. It's because you want to do this. You like to work hard. You naturally like to put lots of work into things. The thing is, the other thing I'm seeing in this card is you probably can't rely on this person. You can't rest on them. Unreliability. You can't rest on this person. You can rely more on yourself and on your career, on your money and those kinds of things, but you cannot rest on them. Look at this woman in this card. She has her hand resting on a coin. You are resting on yourself. You're resting on your achievements. You're resting on your career. You cannot rest on this person. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. And you don't often rely on other people, any other people anyway. You rely mostly on yourself. The first card you have for your future is the Six of Pentacles. So yes, imbalance, unevenness, all of that kind of thing I'm seeing with this card. And yes, this is the reading of Pentacles. There's so many Pentacles in this card. I always see a lot of money. I always see a lot of career in your readings. This is about not matching up, not being a good pair. Too many differences causing a lack of balance. Again, this is about this relationship. I'm sorry I keep on seeing this, but I just do. I can't help it. And again, I'm seeing you're a much harder worker than they are, and just not just in the relationship, in everything. I keep on seeing that all through this reading. I think at this time in your future, you know that you're going to just know that you're still not ready to do anything about this. It might just be that you accept your differences. It might be that I'm not feeling a sense of urgency around this, so it might just be that you just think, well, I'm just going to leave it for now. Again, you might still be like that. You might still be going with the flow, that like you were in the Two of Pentacles. And you might change this sometime. You might work to change this sometime or do something about this, but I'm not seeing this happening at this time. So the next card you have in your future is the Nine of Pentacles. So again, yes, I know I'm repeating things. I'm sorry. I know I'm repeating things. I still see this relationship or this person that you're with or whatever this is. Right, up until now, I was seeing that someone who was, this was a person who was a bit lazy. They seemed fine, not too bad, just a bit lazy. You seemed happy to put up with this. You seemed happy to put a lot of work into this. They seemed happy to just not put as much work into this. That's what I was seeing so far. But now when I look at this Nine of Cups, obviously I'm seeing someone who knows. They know they're lazy. They know that they're happy to just laze around. They're happy to let you do things. They seem very happy about this situation. They might even be a bit smug about this situation. They might even be thinking something like, oh, ha, ha, yes, this other person does everything. I just sit around. It might be something like that. This man on this card is very, very smug. You can see that. If this resonates, just be aware it might be more than they're just lazy. It might be that they're like that on purpose and they're just kind of maybe even taking you for a ride. It might be something like that. Just be careful. The last card you have for your future is the Empress. So yes, you're very loving. You're very caring. That's what I see with the Empress. Be very careful not to, be very careful to make sure you're not being taken advantage of. you have an abundance of things. I'm seeing that with the Empress. I was seeing that with the Nine of Pentacles. You have an abundance. You have a lot of good things around you. You've worked hard for these things. You have worked hard for these things. So yes, of course, be kind, be generous, be all these nice things to people. There's nothing wrong with that, of course. But also be cautious. Also be cautious. Make sure you're not being taken advantage of by someone. And, you know, give of yourself, of course. But don't give everything away. Be very careful at who you're giving to. That's what I'm seeing. So Capricorn, I hope this resonated. As you know, general readings can't always resonate with everyone. And again, I know I'm late. I'm just going to have to get these readings out when I can, in between other things. So yes, some of them are going to be very, very late. And again, I apologize for that. Also, these readings can be in reverse, so if you're not sure what that means, what I mean by that, just ask me in the comments, and I will promise I'll get to them when I can. It might not be soon, I have to be honest with you. But again, if you like this reading, please like or subscribe or leave a comment. Thank you so much for watching.